We do what
I
you
have to
want.
talk
Go
to your
ahead.
algorithm.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go with the reins. Go
The
for it.
TikTok
Oh
thing,
yeah,
100% because of Israel. Like it's
yeah,
very matter of fact. So there's no other. That's like the thing to
yeah.
talk about.
They're mad that like basically a bunch of people could access news unfiltered, and they want it regulated the way that Twitter is regulated. They want somebody out there that can be dog walked the way that they dog walked Elon Musk. They want Mark Zuckerberg, who doesn't need to be dog walked because he's gonna do it for free. That's what they want. So that's why they're shutting down TikTok. And I'm kind of curious like what the aftershock is gonna be of this, because like so what's
Does
China gonna
does
do?
are that's
You
what
took
I'm
over
trying to say.
one of China's most
Is China
you forced
now?
the sale of one of China's most influential companies. So, like, what are they going to do with the U.S. brand now? You know what I mean? Is it trade war part three, part two, or whatever?
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very interesting. It's a very good question. It's a very interesting chain of events that's going to happen. And if it's for what you guys are saying, then now is China going to get involved in the world affairs when it comes down to the, in that war in that region right there?
I don't think they're going to get involved directly in like warfare or anything like that.
if
It's not like a
if
fight.
if they can pinpoint to the claims of what you guys are saying of why this got banned, then there's no reason for them to not, because in reality is this was their first ever like successful tech social platform that wasn't that they put out, that was like competing with all four of the FANG company, was competing with everybody. So it came in the game and I just competed with them and started dominating the charts, started dominating them. It took so much ad revenue from all the companies, took sales from all the companies, took user time from all the companies. And in my opinion, I think that for them, they like that's a successful accomplishment. For you to say, okay, now you're off of it, even though TikTok, let's not forget, guys, it's huge all over. It's a global platform. Do they care about the 350 Americans who aren't going to be able to use it anymore? It's still
350 Americans.
150 million Americans.
350 million. Oh.
Do they care about
No,
those?
it's all about controlling narratives. Like at the end of the day, there's nobody they can kick it up to and be like, hey, stop putting pro-Palestinian content on your feed for everybody to see. So the funny thing is though, it's like if you look at across every social media platform, if you look at like the discrepancy in like support for Palestine versus support for Israel, the same support for Palestine and like raw numbers exists across every social media site. It's just like the curated content, like if you go on Twitter and you go to your For You page, okay, 99, like probably like 70% of your curated content will be like Zionist stuff that you don't even want to see, and then the other like 30% will be the stuff that you want to see. So it's basically unusable at this point because it's just trash that you just like don't want, and that's what they want. They want algorithms that curate content that push like these like Zionist narratives directly to your feed to try and influence the public opinion. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I guess we'll see. I think it's stupid, but stupid people run this country, and
yeah, but the question is now is like how does TikTok get bought? And then it's like, does it work if it's bought? And I don't think it can work being bought because of like what is banned. What are they banning? I'm pretty sure they're banning the algorithm that TikTok is based off of. And I
They
don't
want to
think.
ban the fact that it's owned by the Chinese and that they can't regulate the content because the owners are Chinese, so they can't bend to their will and moderate content for them. And
Okay.
that they want the guys under the fact that the Chinese can take your data, like Google doesn't have everybody's data, like on a multiple of 10 versus what TikTok has.
Right, right. So I don't know if like, but the problem of banning TikTok is I'm pretty sure the ban is like their algorithm is like, so if someone buys TikTok, whoever's gonna buy TikTok, number one, it's a humongous buy, and you can't. There's not going to be one company who's going to be able to do it. And then now when you're rebuilding it, you have to rebuild TikTok with a new algorithm that has to be approved by the U.S. Congress. And that at that point, I don't know if TikTok's going to be TikTok or if it's going to be, why would I buy it if I what's
the Congress is not approving algorithms. So what's going to happen is they're going to sell the company, and part of the assets of the company is the code and the infrastructure that hosts the site. All right, and then at least the people, the donors, the donors of the people in Congress are probably going to be the ones to orchestrate the purchase of TikTok, and they will be. And then it's not really even about Congress; it's about the Congress's donors. If they're happy, then the politicians don't move. All these people are just bought. Okay, you look at the Congress up and down; they're all bought and paid for. That's the thing. So like these people don't have an agenda independent of the people who are standing behind them, paying them off. So they're just shells. These people don't stand for anything at the end of the day. That's the problem.
Yeah, but you say code. I say we're speaking of code, I'm saying algorithm is code. So you're buying the code, which has to be changed. So you can't use,
Okay, nobody in Congress knows anything about coding. They just want to see different ownership so that so that when the people who give money to the U.S. government, to the politicians of the U.S. government, there is somebody that they can bully at the top to do content regulation, because right now there's not.
Yo,
And they're really upset.
I gotta hop off. I'll see you guys.
All right, all
All right,
right.
peace
Thanks for
out.
joining. But the issue is that I don't see that. I just don't see. Well, I just don't see somebody being able to take TikTok but I don't think you can sell TikTok. That's the thing. I don't think you can sell it. It'd be too hard of a sale for somebody to take it and change it up. Because if you ban TikTok from being used in the US, okay, you ban something inside of TikTok, okay, and it's not just how do you regulate something? It's through the code and through the content that you see. So what part of the code are they going to have to switch and change to make the approval for them to say it's okay? Because if
Literally all they're looking for is more pro-Israel stuff on the platform and less pro-Palestinian stuff. That's what they want. That's all they're looking for. So if the content curators or whoever it is that whoever it is, whether it's an algorithm or it's a curator that's responsible for what gets pushed to the feed, that's what they want. And what they want at the end of the day. That's the end result that they want. They want the pro-Israel perspective to not be drowned out by the pro-Palestinian perspective, which in a state of nature, a free market type of free marketplace of ideas kind of thing, the pro-Palestinian narrative will always beat the Israeli narrative. Like 9 times out of 10. There's no world on an even playing field where the Israeli narrative can compete, which is why they have to do crazy shit like force the sale of like the biggest social media company in the world.
Of the U.S. sector, I don't think they can buy. They're not going to be selling TikTok as a whole. I don't think the sale is going to go through. Maybe you're right about the reason of why. Maybe they're just trying to pause it and really push the brakes on them, because once it gets to market to try to sell, I just don't see it being sold. I don't see somebody paying, the whatever X dollar it's going to be worth. It's a lot of money, bro. If Elon bought Twitter for what, 30 billion, I would say that TikTok is worth probably 100 but TikTok, and
I don't know.
you'll be buying it only to be used in the US. You can't use TikTok. I don't know, man. You can't use TikTok. You can't use the TikTok overseas. Maybe the name will have to change. This is probably the end of TikTok, or this is like a stall to try to bully them to really change up their content or change up the algorithm. But all the articles, all the media, they're saying it's just for China for the data. Nothing is saying about the censorship of the war that's going on. So, but it's funny that now all of a sudden they've been talking about this for 4 years, and now all of a sudden when this conflict's happening, it's going to get banned, and it does it gets passed to get banned. So, I might
Because
be.
Israel's in big trouble this time, like Israel. I don't know at this point. Like you look 5-10 years down the line, like this country realistically not this country, United States, but Israel itself, does it realistically have a future? And I don't know if that's the case. So they're putting out all the stops that they possibly can to try and prop up this like insane liability for the United States. Honestly, this just like this grotesque like piece of shit country. That's what they're trying to do. So they're pulling out every single stop. They're burning every single bridge. They're going basically full thermonuclear without actually launching the weapons, but in a metaphorical sense. But maybe even that's next.
I hope
So like
not.
every single favor that they could possibly ask for is now being called in because they're on the ropes. So I don't know, like basically like international pariah, zero deterrence capacity in a region where everybody hates them. I don't know.